Affirmations have been all the rave as of lately, and I totally understand why. The truth is, there's so much research done around the power of positive thinking. When you have positive thoughts, you allow yourself to create space to call in those things that you're thinking about. In fact, your life is a direct reflection of your thoughts. Research says that on average, we have around 60,000 thoughts a day, with over 80% of them being negative and over 95% of them being repetitive. And so if you're on a hamster wheel of negative, repetitive thoughts, you're in turn going to attract negative things into your life. So if you want to reframe that, affirmations are a great tool to use. Now, today what we're going to talk about is the steps that you can walk through to create affirmations that allow you to manifest the things that you desire and deserve into your life. If you're listening to this, you are ready to create the life and business that you dream about. You're ready to bring that vision to life. And affirmations are a great tool to use to be able to manifest that directly into your life. Just a few short years ago, scientists believed that we could not change beyond childhood. But after further research, they realized that that was totally false. The truth is, our brain is adaptable, much like plastic. And that's where the term neuroplasticity was born. The way neuroplasticity works is that our brain is like a grid, and our grid has different pathways that we follow that light up when we have different ways of thinking, behaving, or feeling. And essentially, when you have habits of thinking or behaving a certain way, you create pathways that have been traveled more often. Therefore, it becomes almost like a routine for your brain to be able to go to that. Just today, I experienced that. I was driving to what was supposed to be the mall, but the mall is really close to where my daughter works out for her track practice. And as I started driving to the mall, I actually ended up going in the direction of my daughter's track practice because that has become a routine. If you keep traveling the same pathways, it becomes like second nature for your brain to tune into that. Have you ever driven to the coffee shop when you're supposed to be going to work? Or maybe you've driven to work when you're actually supposed to be going to get something to eat. I'm sure you've experienced that before. The cool thing is, while sometimes it works against us, we can actually manipulate this to work in our favor. When you think about something frequently, or when you try to develop a new habit, or when you try to think of new thoughts, you actually begin to carve out a new pathway. And the more you continue to do this, the more that pathway actually solidifies and becomes the norm. So this is where affirmations come into play. Affirmations are a great way to create new synapses in your brain because you essentially, it's like a pattern interrupt. You interrupt your current brain's wiring and processing with new thoughts and beliefs that actually serve your success. Now, interestingly enough, most of us are already doing this, but we're affirming the things that we don't want instead of the things that we do want. So let's talk about how to create the affirmations so that you can manifest the things that you want to call in. Affirmations are a great tool to essentially express what it is that you want, right? So the first step to be able to manifest through affirmations is to identify what it is that you want, not what you don't want. I see so many people that say, I am debt-free. But here's a really cool fact. Your subconscious mind does not register negatives. So when you say something similar to nature, oh, I am debt-free, your subconscious mind essentially heard the word debt. And much like a robot, it's actually going to be drawn to attract more of that. So I want you to first identify what it is you do want. So if you're not debt-free, maybe your credit card is paid off and you have an extra $10K in the bank account. So let's say that number together is $20K, right? So I have an extra $20K in my bank account or whatever it may be, but you want to reframe it in the positive so that you can actually make your brain work in your favor to attract that thing that you want to call in. So when I talk about being able to get energetically behind your affirmation, this is pivotal because if you stand in the mirror every single day and you say, I'm a millionaire, but your subconscious mind is battling you and telling you like, girl, you don't even have $5 in your bank account. No matter how many times you say that affirmation, you are naturally going to resist it. And this is why I say you want to energetically be able to get behind it. And in order to do that, I like to create what I call stair-step affirmations. So stair-step affirmations are essentially, you know, at that top floor, this is what you want. But then there's these different stairs or these gateways that are going to essentially allow you to get to that final step. So let's say, for example, you know that you want a 10K month in business. So that's your top floor. So, and right now, you don't know if you don't even know what to create. So maybe it's that I show up consistently every single day in my business. That's the first affirmation. And then the next affirmation is people love to hear from me. And then the next affirmation is I call in one new client every single month. And then the next affirmation is $2,000 flows to me easily and effortlessly. And then the next affirmation is 5K months are my birthright. And then the next affirmation is, 10K months is the new norm. Whatever it may be, you want to essentially create these stair steps that allow you to get to that destination affirmation that you desire and deserve. The quickest way to tell if you're energetically aligned with an affirmation or not aligned with it is if you notice yourself saying it and you feel so much resistance that you can't even really get it out. That typically means that you need to start doing some stair-step affirmations to get there. You will feel some level of resistance around affirmations that you create in the beginning. But as long as you notice that it's just a little bit of you pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, that is totally okay. So up to this point, you've identified what you want. You wrote out a statement that you could energetically get behind. And now the next step is to commit to making that affirmation the norm. So there's a couple different ways that you can make this affirmation your norm. First, you could meditate on it every single day. You could record yourself saying it and play it to yourself before you go to bed when your brain is slowly winding down. You could stand in the mirror and say it. You can set an alarm on your phone that goes off a certain number of times a day to remind you to say it. You could journal. There are so many different ways that you could prioritize your affirmation. I recently helped a client create a vision board around her affirmation as well. So what I would challenge you to do is I would challenge you to consider, what is this affirmation? And then how can you make it be a part of your every single day? Because remember, what we're trying to do is we're trying to undo the negative thinking that is allowing us to, or causing us to attract the things that we don't want in our life. And we're wanting to replace that with the thinking and the processing that is going to allow you to call in the things you do desire into your life. And with that daily commitment and that daily practice, I want to give a little bonus tip. Research shows that it can take up to 400 repetitions before an affirmation is really solidified in your brain. But who wants to have to say an affirmation 400 times before you can really embody it, right? No one wants to wait that long. So a tip that you can do that helps the affirmation process to happen quicker is you can gamify it. So if you find a way to make it fun, the process will happen so much more smoothly and so much faster. So dance while you're saying your affirmations. Say your affirmations and pair it with your squats or your push-ups for the day. Count the number of times you're saying your affirmations. Whatever you can do to make the affirmation game fun, I challenge you to do just that. I love affirmations so much because they allow you to replace negative thoughts that have bombarded your thinking and negatively impacted your success. And they allow you to replace it with thoughts that serve your success, that help you to move in that direction. Affirmations essentially allow you to move out of your limited comfort zone into an expansive growth territory. And there's so much amazingness that takes place there. So if you are not already using affirmations to manifest the things that you desire, I challenge you to do just that. Inside of the Elevate Method Coaching Certification Program, we actually teach you to go to an even deeper level. We talk about the power of the subconscious mind and how you can speak directly to the subconscious mind using affirmations to be able to manifest the things that you desire and deserve. So if you are ready to take your affirmations to the next level and you want to weave that into the work that you do so that you can help to facilitate change that goes deeper, lasts longer, and happens faster, definitely check out the details in the show notes where you will be able to see all of the amazingness that takes place inside of the Elevate Methods Coaching Certification Program. It is truly an unparalleled program that will transform your life from the inside out. And I look forward to seeing you on the inside.